JoJo Simmons, son of legendary rapper Rev Run, was a reality star for years, but recently he's been much less visible to the general public than he was during his time on Run's house. So what happened to him and where is he now? Listen closely because JoJo's story is really surprising. Run's house ran from 2005 to 2009 when JoJo was in his late teens. We all watched JoJo on the show as he tried to follow in his father's footsteps and make a name for himself as a rapper. But as we all know, JoJo's attempts to make it in the world of hip-hop were much more often than not unsuccessful. It seemed like no matter how hard he tried, he just couldn't find any success. At the time Run's house went off the air, JoJo had failed to make any waves as a rapper, and after striving for so long to find success behind the mic, he eventually gave up on his goal for a little while at least. But while he stopped releasing songs in the mid-2010s, he didn't leave the field of hip-hop entirely. Instead of trying to make it as an artist, he decided to try to make it in the business side of the game. His initial goal to become a rapper was him following in the footsteps of his father, but when he pivoted to business, he started going down the path of his uncle, Russell Simmons, who founded the enormously successful Def Jam Recordings. JoJo, like Russell, decided to start his own record label. In 2015, he founded Who's House Entertainment along with his friend Femi Ayoyi. Femi had already run a successful independent label and media company in the UK before teaming up with JoJo to start Who's House Entertainment, and Femi and JoJo had worked together before on the artist side of the industry, making a few songs for TV. So JoJo probably thought he had a pretty good chance of success with Femi by his side. They already had a proven working relationship, and Femi had previous success in management. Unfortunately, however, JoJo's efforts at running a label haven't been much more fruitful than his efforts as a rapper. Who's House Entertainment is still in business to this day, so it hasn't been a total failure, but JoJo and Femi have yet to land a well-known artist or even a slightly known artist. They represent the likes of Jacob Santana, who has 22 monthly listeners on Spotify, and Dior with 89 monthly listeners, and the label itself is still very underground. Its Instagram page barely has 2,000 followers. It's a far cry from Russell's Def Jam Recordings, which released tracks by LL Cool J and the Beastie Boys in its early years. I'm sure JoJo was hoping for more, but who knows, maybe Who's House Entertainment will be super successful someday. JoJo isn't giving up yet, and as long as he's still in business, there's a chance. But his record label isn't the only hip-hop related venture he's undertaken. He has also built off his time as a reality star on Run's house. He recently returned to the world of hip-hop adjacent reality TV. In 2020, he joined the main cast of Growing Up Hip-Hop for the show's 5th season, and he was a major part of season 5, 6, and 7. Growing Up Hip-Hop gave a glimpse into the lives of the children of hip-hop legends. As Rev Run's son, JoJo fit the bill perfectly. Some other notable cast members were Egypt Chris, the daughter of Peppa from Salt and Peppa, and JoJo's siblings Vanessa and Angela. Growing Up Hip-Hop was JoJo's most public-facing career move since Run's house. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have seen it. The show had a relatively significant viewership, with a few 100,000 people tuning in for every episode, but the numbers slowly declined after JoJo joined, and the show was taken off the air after season 7. I'm not saying it was JoJo's fault that the show lost viewers. That would probably be unfair, but it was yet another career move that didn't go as well for him as he presumably would have liked. During the 6th season, JoJo expressed some frustrations with the way the cast was acting, perhaps in anticipation of the show doing worse if things didn't turn around. He thought that their relationships had become too drama-filled. After the cast had a few big on-air fights, JoJo took to Twitter to share his thoughts. He wrote that he and his castmates needed to be more careful with their words and their actions and paint themselves in a better, less dramatic light. While drama is obviously ever present in reality TV, it seems that JoJo was hoping that the members of Growing Up Hip-Hop would be a little more composed and professional. I wouldn't be surprised if he was thinking of his business ventures when he called for less drama. I've already mentioned Who's House Entertainment, but he also has another company he's trying to get off the ground. So I think it's definitely possible that he wanted to avoid drama because he thought it would hurt his business's chances of success. The other company he started and currently runs is called 3 is 4. 3 is 4 is a media company and branding agency that is committed to shifting the public perception of a certain green leaf substance, if you know what I mean. JoJo believes that it's wrong that so many people are serving sufficient prison time for offenses related to the substance, especially now that it's become legalized and the center of a huge industry in many states across the US. JoJo apparently hopes that 3 is 4 can produce content and participate in events that change the public opinion on the substance and support those who've been in prison. 3 is 4 started in mid-2022 and hasn't gained much public attention yet. It has a similar number of followers on Instagram as Who's House Entertainment has, which is around 2,000. JoJo himself has over 500,000 followers, so it's surprising that his companies, whose pages are linked in his bio, don't have more. But 3 is 4 was founded recently, so it still has a decent chance of taking off. I know I've highlighted a lot of JoJo's professional shortcomings. The good news, however, is that he has been much more successful in his personal life than he's been professionally. In October 2019, JoJo got married to his longtime girlfriend, Tansy. They had been dating for 9 years and engaged for 1 when they got married, so it was definitely a happy day for them. And their history makes them seem like the type of couple who will last. After the wedding, JoJo told people that he and Tansy always knew their relationship would be a lifelong one and that he was super excited that they had made things official. JoJo and Tansy have a 7-year-old daughter named Mia who was born 3 years before they got married. And 2 years after they got married, they had a second child, a son named Joey. So even if JoJo hasn't found much success as a rapper or as a label executive, he has a stable marriage and 2 kids, so he's still definitely winning. Plus, it seems like he might still become a rapper at some point in the future. Remember how I said he gave up on his goal of becoming a rapper for a little while? Well, recently, JoJo seems to be back on the grind. He posted snippets of a few new songs of his on his Instagram page recently, so the dream is still alive. I hope JoJo soon finds the same level of happiness professionally that he's found in his personal life. Maybe 3 is 4 will take off and he'll change the American culture, or maybe he'll make his first big waves as a rapper. Only time will tell. But anyway, what do you all think about JoJo? Are you surprised he hasn't found more success with his businesses? Did you like him on Growing Up Hip Hop? And did you know he has a family now? Do you think his recent songs are any good? Let me know in the comments below.